Hello everyone and welcome back to CodeSploit's exclusive series on mastering Linux. In the beginning, let me tell you, Linux beginners, those who are new to Linux, are often faced with the issue of how to find files and programs, especially considering the radically different directory structures as compared to Windows or Mac OS. Beginners sometimes also get frustrated trying to find the necessary files or binary files, so this is tutorial for today. I am dedicating this tutorial for finding stuff in Linux. And one thing before we dive in, make sure to check out our previous guides on Linux basics, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4, and just keep following. Okay, the first command I want to show you is the find command. As I think you probably have guessed, find is the command which is able to find stuff looking in a directory that you are hunting for actually. By default, let me tell you, by default the find command is recursive, which means it will look for all subdirectories and it will display a list of files everywhere where it finds the file name. For instance, if I am looking for Malteo, which is a program actually, I will use find Malteo. I don't have any folder called Malteo, so I won't get anything with that. So if I want to search for a program with a specific file name, I will have to use the name switch. So if I do a name switch, so you can see I have two instances where I have the file name Malteo mentioned, or a folder with Malteo. And one thing of the find command is that it will search for all those file names within this directory only. That's, I guess, you know, I'm in the root directory presently. So if I want to search for other places, I will have to go back to the base of operating system. So I will use cd as operating system, and now if I want to find Malteo, you will see it will give different names, or it will give different results from the previous one which I have shown you. So basically the find command searches for file names or directories within that same folder, and you can see there are many instances of the Malteo. Okay, and basically the time taken for find command to hunt for a file name will depend upon your processor speed and other stuff. Okay, so what if I want to search for a specific folder? I am at the root of that base operating system. You can understand why this. No, let me search from here only. For example, I want to search for the name Malteo within the root directory, which, as you all know, it's as a hidden file. Let me show you up over here. If I view the hidden files, you will see the Malteo folder over here. So I want to search this folder within the root directory, which I am at the base of operating system. So I will do find within the root directory, followed by the name switch and the Malteo, and it will show you all the two instances where the Malteo name or the directory name occurs. So you can see this Malteo folder, and within that we have Malteo. So you can see this is a very powerful command in Linux for hunting and finding file names. Also, if I want to search for any directory, so if I want to do simple find root, it will display all the instances where the root is. So if I press an enter, it will just go on giving all the file names within this root directory. So you can see how powerful this command is. Okay, so this is the basic usage of the find command. Okay, so now let's move on to the finding binaries in path variables. The next searching command we are going to look at is the which command. This command allows us to search for binaries that are basically in our path variable. I guess you know what path variables are. You can always do echo followed by the $sign and path, which means all these folders located here are executables. All the executables are stored within these folders, and each of the folders is separated by this. You can see a colon sign. let's take up the case of the cat command. I told you all the executables, all the commands in Linux is basically in form of a text file with an executable. So I have the cat command here, and this command is basically used for viewing files via the terminal. So what I will do a which followed by cat. If I do a which cat, you can see it's there in the bin folder followed by the cat, which is, you can see it here. Fine. So let me do which for the touch command. I guess you know the working of the touch command, which is for used for creating new files. And if I do a touch command, you will see the user bin touch. So if I head over to the file system and then user, then followed by bin, and then it's actually a big folder, so I will search for it, touch. If I do a touch, you can see it's highlighted over here. So that's the basic usage of the which command. Also, you can find executables with this which command. For example, if I want to do which followed by maltigo, so it will display the folder where the executable of the maltigo application is there. So you can see it's in the user bin maltigo. So I am in the user bin, so I will just search for maltigo. When I press enter, you will see the maltigo sh, which is in the shell file over here. So that's basic usage of the which command. Another important command is the whereis command, which is used for finding any file in any direct path. It can locate up in any directory, and in addition it also locates the files manuals or the man pages. Okay, so let me do whereis for ls. If I do whereis for ls, it will display the place where the binary is as well as the place where the zip file is. .gz is the extension for the zip files. Okay, let me do for whereis for maltigo. If I do this, you will see there are two instances. One which is in the user bin maltigo, which is an executable, and other is the user share maltigo, which is an backup for the executable actually. Let's go further for the locate command, which is used for finding files using a database. Let me tell you, this locate command can also be used to find files, and usually it is much faster than either the which or the whereis command. The difference is that locate uses a database of all the files in the file system, and searches, therefore it takes place much faster. The only drawback to locate is that the new files will not be found by the locate, as the database is typically only updated daily and is usually scheduled at the middle of the night when the activity on the system is light, as updating the database can be actually CPU intensive. So let's do a locate for maltigo. So if I do locate maltigo, it will display all the places where the maltigo name is mentioned. You can see this maltigo folder database in it, means the database ready with which it is finding all the places where the maltigo is. I suggest you personally for going through all types of file names or folder names with the locate command, so you can understand how all this stuff works. So this is all for this brief tutorial on finding files in Linux. I hope you are enjoying this series. Till then, have a safe hack, good luck and goodbye.